Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to this week's episode. The title of this episode is The One. Before we jump into what that means and where I'm going to go with that topic, I would like to give a huge shout out, big kudos to all of those that took the challenge from last week, that took 15 minutes to rule their day. Most importantly, it was the challenge to make and keep a commitment to yourself and to others. So again, mad props to all of you that stepped up, did that. I continued to get feedback. I continued to watch as the week went on, and anything from daily exercise and improved nutrition to higher levels of engagement, even some that were driving new political resolution, reaching out to their local government and local leaders to drive new initiatives, and just strong commitments to make a promise on something that has been meant for them in their life at this time. So again, kudos to all of you. Thank you for taking that challenge. The feedback has been very positive on the impact that has had. Remember that confidence there's a pathway to confidence. And one of the things that's so foundational to confidence is being able to make and keep commitments. It's something that's very tangible, something that you can do to boost your own confidence. In fact, it actually boosts confidence in you for others as they start to develop trust in your word. When you say you're going to do something and you do, not only does it give you confidence, it gives confidence to others in your ability to solve for problems, to create new pathways in your life. So quick reminder on that confidence pathway has so much to do with making and keeping commitments. Okay, so let's dive in on this topic of the one. So when it comes to impact and influence, I've spoken before on this topic. Over and over again, I find that, this message and desire to culminate many, this broad influence or this broad scope and impact, that sometimes in that quest for many and that quest to speak to so many or to have your message permeate across large audience, especially in the influencer space, and even just in our own efforts, we lose the savor in our message when we forget about the one. What I mean by that is sometimes I get called upon to coach different speakers or different content developers, course creators. And one of the things that I find is they get lost in the audience. They start to speak as if they want a huge and massive impact right out of the gate, and they want to create this huge surge of acceptance for the message. And they forget to speak to the one. And so that message, it doesn't resonate. It doesn't feel like it's connecting. And when you're speaking to the one, what typically happens is your level of presence increases. You're able to speak eye to eye with someone. You're thinking about what they are going through. You have empathy. You're thinking about the impact that this message could have specifically in their life. You're thinking about the challenges and the opportunities that surround this specific message for them. And so this whole concept of the one is recognizing that there's a huge difference that you can make, and the big difference always starts with the one. That face-to-face, eye-to-eye contact, full presence of a one-on-one conversation. It takes me back to one of the great TEDx speakers, Dudley. And I love this quote from his presentation. He says, "We've made leadership about changing the world, and there is no world. There's only 6 billion understandings of it. And if you change one person's understanding of it, one person's understanding of what they're capable of, one person's understanding of how much people care about them, one person's understanding of how powerful an agent for change they can be in this world, you've changed the whole thing. So today, you can make a difference in one person's life. Today, you can have influence and impact. Today, connect with the one. Don't gloss past the one by searching for many. At home, at work, in your community, there's one person each day that can benefit from your full presence and that person-to-person contact. I believe when it comes to action, that how we show up, what we're willing to put to the side. I think I've shared an acronym with you in the past. The acronym's WAIT, W-A-I-T, stands for Why Am I Talking? And I think that's always a good question for us to ask ourselves at any given point when we're seeking attention or we're seeking maybe a too much influence. And I say that with some apprehension because I think when we're so convicted in who we are and in sharing our truths and the things that we've found to be of value in our life, I think that we want that to permeate in magnitude. But I caution you that in doing that, sometimes that quest for permeating in magnitude comes at the expense of not connecting with the one. So at the end of the day, remember that you yourself are one human being. We connect individually, one-on-one. We have such a tremendous opportunity in the pace and presence of engaging with each other at that level. So my challenge for you this week is to reach out to the one. Forget the numbers. Just focus on one person each day. Let them know how impactful they've been in your life. Focus your message, your outreach, your challenge, your invitation, your empathy, your presence on the one. I promise you that when you do that, that the impact and influence will be felt. It will be sensed. The level of connection will be so much higher. And so in your messages, and even those messages that you're trying to permeate the masses, always speak to the one. So with that, remember that growth is always a choice. We have opportunities like this that challenge us every day to look beyond our normal patterns of behavior, that challenge us to look beyond the habits that we've created in the opportunity to develop new habits. Again, growth is always a choice. Until next week, my friends, make it a great one. And remember to always honor the gift.